This is your Weather Xtreme video for Sunday, March the 21st, the full official day of spring after we started spring yesterday. But don't expect it to feel a lot like spring today, I'm afraid. Let's take a look at our Skycam images. There's Tuscaloosa, and you can see some of the low clouds going on down there. And I think it looks like the rain has momentarily stopped, but the rain is certainly patchy across the area this morning. We'll look at radar in a moment. And then kind of an interesting shot with a lot of reflections in the river, the Tennessee River, up at Decatur. So just a kind of an interesting shot for this morning. On the surface map, we have a surface low pressure in the vicinity of Memphis, or the center of the Mid-South, and that is certainly causing a good deal of issues with rain over much of the southeastern U.S., as well as some snow back behind that low. In the upper atmosphere, we have a closed low in the vicinity of the Arklatex, over the Arklatex in the vicinity of Shreveport, and that will be moving slowly across the southeastern U.S., and that's a cold core system. So watch out. Just about anything is possible with that, including the possibility we might even see a few snow flurries a little bit later on Monday morning, overnight tonight, and Monday morning. All right, let's take a look at the temperatures, and there you see that it is still mild across the southeastern U.S. with our morning lows generally in the 50s, but some of that colder air is getting a lot closer, the freezing line, into western Arkansas and North Texas. But as I say, across central Alabama, we're generally in the 50s for the most part, actually very little range, about 55 to 58. And that temperature is not going to change a great deal throughout the day today. We expect temperatures to stay pretty much in the 50s. As I mentioned on the radar, we've got a number of echoes across the whole southeastern U.S. You can actually sort of see where the low is on this one if you kind of use your imagination. The upper low being over the Arklatex, and you can see that influence being felt there in the overall radar imagery. So it's going to rain a good deal today, but not large amounts. It's going to rain lightly for a good deal of time. The winter storm watches, warnings, and advisories have begun to phase down a little bit, but a lot of wind advisories is brown areas on the map out in the Texas, much of eastern half of Texas, a little bit of Mississippi and Louisiana. QPF-wise, we're looking for amounts on the order of about 3/4 to 1 inch across central Alabama over the next 5 days. And the Storm Prediction Center is watching areas along the Atlantic coast and over Florida, but no specific areas outlooked. All right, let's take a look at the 06Z GFS model run. Here is the upper air pattern forecast for Monday, and you can see our closed low going from about the Arklatex to the vicinity of Chattanooga, Knoxville kind of area. And under that, we see our surface low moving on to the northeast, but notice the cold core situation here with those thicknesses, and it looks like Monday we'll see some light precipitation, and the possibility, even though temperatures at the surface will not be terribly cold, there is a possibility we'll see some snow flurries because of the cold core nature of that system. By Tuesday, things begin to improve for us as we get under a ridge, as that closed low weakens and begins to get caught up in the westerlies and move off the mid-Atlantic states, and that should dry us out, though we probably will see some clouds, but the possibility of sun by the afternoon. We stay dry as we stay under that ridge on Wednesday, but the ridge begins to both erode and move off to the east as a new shortwave makes its way out of the southern Rockies, and that will help to generate a bit of a surface low in the vicinity of Oklahoma. Unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to look at it here, the moisture is going to be somewhat limited, and what that means is that we're probably going to see some scattered showers or scattered patches of rain, but by late Thursday and into Friday. By Friday, the shortwave is moving by, but it is weakened considerably, and so that means that we should see some scattered showers. It is looking like maybe a little bit of a low in the Gulf with some heavier rains down across North Florida. By Saturday, we're Still dealing with that little weak shortwave, but we're kind of under a bit of ridging. But we have two shortwaves, one coming out of Canada and then one coming across the Baja California area. And that means that we'll probably be drying out. But in the meantime, we're going to be watching that next system approach. And one weakens and the other becomes the dominant one by Sunday, a week from today. And with that, we should see a surface low move through the Great Lakes, trailing a cold front down our area into our area. And you can see by the thicknesses there that it should turn colder once again. But the colder, as we look at the surface map on Monday, the colder is going to be short-lived. You see the 540 line making its way down the vicinity of Muscle Shoals and just a little north of Atlanta. All right, let's take a look out into Voodoo very quickly. And we see a ridge on the 2nd. We still have a pretty strong storm, but now the GFS is suggesting that strong closed low will be deflected somewhat by that strong ridge. And the bottom line is we're not looking at the same sort of situation we saw yesterday, but this is Voodoo, and it looks like the ridge is somewhat dominant through the extended period, because here's the 5th, and once again we see that very strong ridge. Well, thanks for tuning in to the Weather Xtreme video. James Spann will be back with the next one first thing on Monday morning. In the meantime, I hope that you have a great Sunday, and Godspeed.
Each day there are new stories to tell about the people who live here and the place we call home.
All of the faces that I see, all of the places close to me, they're all part of all the best things about home.
Sharing your stories on ABC 3340, Alabama's news leader.